Hello guys, welcome to Trust Stitching. In this tutorial I'll teach you guys how to draft an underbust pattern with draft cups. Now guys, can you see the photo right there? Kindly click on that subscribe button and let's go to the tutorial. Now guys, I'll just mark sort of like this 1 inch sort of like guideline. You can see I'll just mark it sort of like guideline to start the drafting of the pattern. Now from up to 10 inches, you can see. Now I'm going to mark it like this, just make a straight line up to 10 inches. Now after that, from up to 13 inches depending on your size, now I'm going to make a straight line also. Then from up to 16 inches. Now guys, what I did for both the 10 and 13, then I'll make a straight line for the 16 inches. Now from up, that's the edge that I drawn, to 19 inches, I'll make a straight line also. That is sort of like rule it with my ruler. Then after that, guys, you can see what I did. Now I'm going to, then from this point will be my nipple point, the underbust, waist and top length. That's the 19 inches. Now for my nipple point, which is 10, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. Now that is chest line, or you call it bust line. Now after that, I'll go for my shoulder measure, which is 7 inches, which is 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now I'm going to mark the same 7 on my chest line. So you can go with 8, that's how wide your back is. Then make a straight line like that. Now guys, after that, you can see what I have. Now what we're going to do now is go for our neck. That is the width of your neck width 3 inches. I use 3 for my neck width. Then our shoulder slant of 1, that is your shoulder slope, 1 inch. For adults, remember, for kid, ½ inch. Now after that, you can see guys, you go for my bust circumference of 36, which is 9. Now what we're going to do now is just to create an armhole curve. Then find the midpoint of this, which is 7. You know we have removed 1 for the slant. Now I'm going to go in by ½ inch. Remember, ½ inch. For kid, 1/4 of an inch. Then after that, I'm going to use my French curve to create the 3 points together. That's the slant, the inward, and my bust circumference on my chest line. Now you can see what I have. Then after that, we are going for our shoulder slope. Now the 1 inch for the slope. Yes guys, it's so easy. Now guys, you can see what I did. Now we go for our nipple to nipple measurement, which is, for me, is 3.5. Now go with 4.5, that's how wide it is. Now I'm using 3.5, then make a straight line. Now guys, we go for the dart at my top length. Remember, that's the top length before the pleating, you can see. Then I'm use ½ 3/4 for that. At my nipple point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch like this. At my nipple point, I will come down by 1 inch. Remember, I took that not up to 1 inch, that is ½ 2/4 at both sides. Now I'm just going to make a straight, just a slant to that. Now you can see what I did. Toward my side part, a slant, but toward my center front, a slant, but not down slant like that. You can see what I did. And after that, you can decide to leave your neck like this. But for me, I came down by half. You can see that it's not that tiny at the cleavage. So I came down by half, then I came in by ½ inches because it's not slant, but sort of like slope at that. So the middle of the V is wide, a little bit, like ½ inches. Now guys, what we are going to do now is that to do our draft cup. Instead of you pivoting your tape rule round, I won't do that because you don't need that for this draft curve. So I'll just connect it from that neck part to my underbust. You know those cup, you are going to pivot your tape rule round. No. But for this draft cup, you are going just to make it from your underbust to your neck. Now what we have here, we are going to divide it like this. I have 2 inch. I'm going to divide it, which is 1 inch. You can see what I have, 1 inch as my armhole. Then you just make it a little bit to your armhole curve. You can see what I did. Then you connect it to your underbust like so. You can see now that it's so easy. Our draft cup is made. Not pivoting your tape rule round, finding the nipple point to underbust, maybe 3.5, pivoting it. No. Now you can see what you have, guys. It's so simple and easy to make. Now guys, we are going step by step. You can see my v-neck slope wide. Now let's go for the circumference. Remember, it's 3 inch, is 9 inches. Then I add 1.5 inches for my seam allowance. At my underbust, circumference around that area is 28. Then I use 7. Then what I have added that about half inches. Then I add the 1.5. Remember to add all your measurement, all your necessary measurement that you're going to cut away. Then the same thing as my waist. Then as my top length is 32, then 38, which is 8. I added the dart allowance, that is up to 1, then 1.5 inches of my seam allowance. Now you can see, guys, you can see the waist is not that, but remember, we want that general realistic shape, but after shaping it, you're going to get that shape that you want. But even looking at it like this, the shape is out. Now guys, I want this video to be that quick but meaningful. Now guys, we are going to cut the front part because we are through with that. Now you can see that the V is not that tiny, but wide, like half inch. Now I want you to watch how I cut it gently, not to make any mistake. Then after that, I'm going to cut that area like so. You can see what I have, guys. Yes. Then after cutting, I'll just tape it down with your paper tape. So I've taped it down just to show you guys how it is. Now guys, after that, you can see at the photo we have sort of like slant at the down of the top. Then for my waist, I will come down by half inches from my waist, which is 16. Then I'll just slant it to the middle, to the center of my top, just a little slant to the 19 inches top length. Just slant it. You can see I came down by 1 for my waist, then slant. So easy. You can see, guys, because the top has a slant before the gathers, the Ankara fabric gathers that they did at the photo, at the picture rather. You can see what I have, guys. Now what we are going to do now is that we are going to make a slash and spread. You can see, if you check at the picture, you can see that the drap cup is splitted at that. So you come to your what we have at this part, we have 4 inches. I'm going to divide it into 4. I see what I have. I divide into 4, then I'm left with 1 1 1, but the last is sort of like 1 2/4. Then I lift it like that. You can see, because if you check the picture, you will see that the drap cuff is splitted. Now what we are going to do now is slash and spread. Now that's the method we are going to apply to this cup. Then what we are going to do now is that we are going to make sure what we divide at the up is also will be equal at the down. Now I'm going to slant it towards my slash. That is what I slash at the up. You can see, guys, just make them equal. So the method we are doing now is slash and spread, which is applied to sort of like those mermaid gown at the down, slash and spread. Now you can see I've divided the 4 inch. You can see, because my back is 7, I remove 3 at the neck, then I'm left with 4. You can't be left, even if you are left with 5, you have to divide it equal. Now you can see how I cut it towards the edge, but I didn't cut it all because I don't want it to cut all. So you have to cut it gently, not to be pieces, because it won't be easy to spread. Now you can see I cut gently, then I left like half inches. You can see how I spread it. I slash, I cut, and I spread. So easy, guys. Now guys, you can see what I have. I've spread it. like cutting a mermaid down. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it on a empty pieces of paper like this. Then we are going to spread it, so just make sure it's down. And after that, we are going to spread it sort of way that it won't affect the edge, that is the remaining edge we didn't cut at the up. Then spread it enough so that it won't have any curve, any bend. So when spreading mine, I have sort of like 1 inches at both sides, so I've penned it down. Then you spread the second 1 inch. You can see what I have, 1 inch, because if I said I should go beyond that, maybe 1.5, it won't lay well, but this is 1 inch. Now guys, you can see what I have, 1 inches at both. Then I pin them down with my paper tape. Then I'm going to trace it out. Remember, I spread them enough. That is the limit that I've spread. Any spreading at the end, it won't lay well. So after that, I shape it. Use my marker to shape it out. Then remove all the paper tape gently. Then guys, after that, I'm going to cut it out. That will be our new cup. So I've slashed and spread. Remember, believe me, after pleating it to your cup, that is the down part, you're going to have that cup that you want. So this will be our cup, our new cup. The one we did for the slash, we are no more using that. Now this will be my center, front, and my side part. You can see guys, this is the cup, the new cup. Now this is my center, front, and this will be my side part. So guys, you can see what we have. So this cup serves as pleating, so we are going to pleat it round to the down part, and we are still going to have that cup that we removed. Now guys, we are through with the front part. Now let's go to the back part. Now guys, this is the back part I'll be using. My zipper allowance, I just go straight to the point because I told you earlier that I want this video to be fast, so but meaningful and useful. Now guys, this is my zipper allowance. I just use sort of like 1 inch. You can go with 1.5 or 2 inch. Then after that, I mark my back, my dart, what we did for the front. You can see. Then the shoulder slant of 1 inch at the waist. Then I slant it. Apply the method of the front part. Then after that, I go for the neck width of 3 and depth of, you can see that the depth is sort of like the 8 inches what we use for the front, but the back part is tiny at the cleavage, while the front part is sort of like wide. You can see. So my shoulder slant of 1 inch. Then after that, I'm not going to come in any because back part is actually shallower, so we don't have to cuff it what we did for the front at the armhole. Now after that guys, we are going to cut away the slant, what you can see where I just marked now. Then I cut it out. Yes, the zipper. Now guys, if you check at the picture, you can see that sort of like the ankara part is at the up while the white, so I'm going to divide it now, cut it out. You can see where the white fabric will, or the plain fabric, and where the African printed fabric will be, which is the ankara. So I've cut it because sort of like plain and pattern at the back. Now I just, where I'm going to add my seam allowance at the up, because you know that there's no seam allowance at where I just divide now, where I divided. So I've just add just an arrow just to indicate where I'm going to add my zipper, and then make sure to notch your zipper allowance. Now guys, you can see what we have, the cup part. So I'm going to remove this because we're not using it again. The cup part, just split it round. You can see guys, yes, that is our draped cup with paper pattern. which is underbust. Thanks guys for watching Trust Stitching. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell to notify you whenever Trust Stitches post a new video. Thanks guys, and don't forget to like my video. I love you guys for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye bye.